Good morning, guys. In the last session, we have started the AM sessions, right? So, in the last session, we covered the topics are like these are the topics. The topics are, I would say, so these are the topics we have covered in the last session. Java introduction, Java features, Java installation, and Java program execution flow, Java programming elements, and Java program development, compilation, execution, and translators, and JVM architecture, right? So this is all are the theoretical part only. Okay, Java is the programming language, and the father of Java is the James Crossing. His team is 1991, and initially the company name was Sun Microsystem. Okay, initially the Java name is Oak programming language. Later they renamed it to Java. And in 2010, Oracle Corporation acquired the Sun Microsystem in 2010. Now the Java is under license of now Java is under license of Oracle Corporation. Okay, Java is free and open source. Okay, so across the world, 3 billion devices we are using. Java is the one of the most popular language in the world. Okay, Java can run any on any can run on any platform. Okay, it is the platform independent. Java basically it is categorized into three parts. One is the JSE, Java Standard Edition. Second one is the JEE, Java Enterprise Edition. Third one is the JME, Java Micro Mobile Edition. So which is JSE, which is for standalone applications, and Java JEE, which is for web applications. Next is JME, which is for mobile applications. Okay, so we can develop using the Java. These are the like web applications, like standalone applications, and we can create web applications. We can create mobile applications, gaming applications, servers, and then I would say a database and much more. So with the help of using Java language, we can create this much of applications. Okay, Java features. So we can say simple. Java is the simple. Uh, Syntax is very easy to understand compared to C and C++, and platform independent. So once you compile the bytecode, we can run any platform, Linux, Windows, Mac, any platform we can run. Okay, it will support the OOPS principles. What are the OOPS principles? Object, class, inheritance, polymorphism, abstraction, and encapsulation. Next, secure. It will provide security. Okay. Next, it will support the multi-threading. Next, architectural neutral, and which is the portable, and it will high performance and distributed. It will support the distributed applications as well. Okay. So how to the Java slogan is Aura, write once and run anywhere. This is the Java slogan. Next thing is how to install Java software. Okay. So we are installing, and in our case, we are installing Java 11. Why? Because this is useful for AIM also. So we need to download either 11 or 8. Okay. So how to download JDK 11? Simply like you can go with any browser. I would say if I take, you can go with any browser. You can search with JDK 11 download for Windows. Then you will get the Oracle, and there we will give the your credentials like login and password. Then it will be download to in our local. Okay, and we need to install, and then we need to set the environment paths. So you will go to environment paths and the system environment variables, edit the path and add the path up to JDK build directory. And then whenever you in the command prompt, you will search for the Java version. Then it will in our system, it will show like this. Okay. And the next thing is, what is the difference between the JDK, JRE, and JVM? This is also very important. JDK contains set of tools to develop the Java programs. Okay, JRE providing the platform to run our Java programs. Okay, JVM will take care program execution, memory allocation, and memory deallocation. Okay, this is the program execution flow. Here we will write the Java files, and we have the compiler tool. With the help of compiler tool, we will compile, and then the compiler tool will generate the bytecode, and we have the interpreter. We will use the interpreter, and then we will execute our program, and then finally it will convert our dot class files into mission code. Then we will get the output, right? This is the Java program execution flow. Next thing is, I would say, this is the Java program execution flow. Okay. Next, Java program structure. If you take any program, any real time or anywhere, the structure should be like this only. First statement should be the package statement, and after this, remaining statement should be the import statement. And the third one is the class declaration. And inside the class, we might be have combination of variables and methods. Any program, if you take any real time, any program, you can take the structure should be like this only. If you see here, the first statement should be the package statement. So after this, based on the requirement, you will be having import statements. These all are optional. These two are optional, not a mandatory. These are optional. Okay. This is the program structure. Any program, if you take any program, the structure should be the like this only. Package statements, import statements, class declaration, variables and methods. Variables and methods. Okay. Package statements meaning which is used to group of classes. Okay, at most we can write only one package statement in the Java program. Package statement should be the first statement in the program. Next, import statement. Import statement are used to import one program to another program. We can write multiple import statements on one program. It depends on the requirement. We should write import statements after package statements only. Okay. Next, uh, class is the most important part in Java program. Class is planned to define program elements. Inside the class, we will write variables and methods. Okay. So once we declare the class, inside the class, we can write variables and methods. Okay. Variables are used to store the data. We can write any number of variables inside the class. And methods are used to perform the actions, and application business logic will write inside the methods, and then a class can have a number of methods. Okay, this is the basic programs. We return the basic programs, and then we are printing on the command prompt itself. Okay. Next, translators. We have three types of translators in Java: interpreter, compiler, and assembler. The main purpose of translator, which is used to convert one format to another format, any format to another format. One format to another format is called translators. And so here we have the interpreter. It will convert the program line by line. So if it will convert the line by line, then what might be the issue? We'll get the performance is very slow, right? Performance issue. And then compiler will convert all the lines of program at a time. So the performance is fast. Okay. So assembler is the translator which will convert into assembler language. But nowadays the assembler language is not which will convert assembler language into the machine language. But nowadays the language is not using. So assembler translator also as of now not required. Okay. JVM architecture. JVM architecture, which is stands for Java Virtual Machine. We cannot see with our eyes. Okay. JVM will be part of JRE software. JVM is responsible for executing the Java programs. JVM will allocate memory required for Java program execution and deallocate memory when it is not used. Okay, JVM will convert bytecode into the mission understandable format. This is the JVM architecture. Source files we will compile, and the compiler will generate bytecode. This bytecode our JVM mother language is the bytecode only, and it will load the bytecode into the JVM, and so based on the class code, it will allocate the memories. Method is area is for storing the class code. Heap area which is for objects. Java stacks which is for methods execution. PC register which is for lines execution information. It will maintain lines execution information, and native stack which will maintain non-relative Java code. And we have the execution engine. So it will what it will do, it will convert bytecode into the machine understandable language. If I go with only interpreter, it will compile line by line, then our performance will be slow. So due to that issue, they has introduced JIT also. Now the both together, interpreter and JIT, they both together, they will combine, I would say they will convert all the lines at a time. Okay, due to both of these like interpreter and JIT, we can get the performance is high. Okay, native libraries which will contain the native non-Java relative libraries, and this is the native interface which will act as a median between the libraries and execution engine. Okay, and then this is the terminology. Class loader, it will load the dot class files into the JVM. Method area, class code will be stored in the method area. Objects will be stored in the heap memory, and Java stack methods execution information will be stored here. PC register, it will maintain next line information to execute. Native stack, it will maintain non-Java code execution information. And native interface, it will load native libraries into the JVM. Native libraries, non-Java libraries which are required for native code execution. These are the topics we covered in the last session. Okay. So today we'll discuss about the variables and data types, right? Okay. Today we'll discuss variables and data types. The main purpose of variables are which are used to store the data. Store the data, right? Store the data, and the variables which are used to for memory allocation, and which are used to store the data as well. Okay, the both. So in the variables, here we need to remember variable declaration and variable initialization. Okay, variable declaration and variable. In the variable declaration, we can mention with data type and variable name. Okay, this is called variable declaration. We are declaring the variable. Okay, we are declaring the variable. And next thing is variable initialization. Okay, variable initialization meaning here we have the variable initialization. We are assigning one value to the variable. For example, if I take the age is equal to variable and uh, 10, or instead of age if I take a, then what does it mean? 10 is the value. I am storing this 10 into the a variable. So variable which is similar to container, and it can hold the data. It can hold the data, right? So instead of doing two lines, so I can write in single line also. I can write single line also, that is like this: variable name enter data type a equal to 10. Instead of taking two lines, I can write in single line also. So we can write single line also. We can write types of variables. Okay, types of variables we will discuss in the oops. Next here, important point is data types. Data types. What is the purpose of the data types? Is the data types specify, which are used to specify the type of data, to specify the type of data we want to store in variable. So for every variable, variables are using for storing data now. We need to specify what kind of data we want to store inside the variable with the data type. With the data type, are you guys clear with my point? Which are used to specify the type of data, we are storing into the variable. Okay, the data types are again divided into two types. Data types are divided into two types. Data types are divided into two types. So what are the two types? First one is the non-primitive data types, and the second one is the primitive. Second one is the primitive. Then why they are introduced two data types, meaning basically non-primitive data types are immutable. Immutable meaning we cannot change the values. We cannot change the values, right? And next thing is non-primitive data types are here. We have the primitive data types, primitive and non-primitive. Okay, this is the non-primitive, right? Non-primitive. So primitive data types are immutable, meaning we cannot change the values, and these all are fixed values. These all are fixed. These all are fixed. Okay, and I would say this is clear, guys. It can hold only one value. Primitive data types can hold only one value. So I will show you with examples. In the primitive data types we have the groups. So again, primitive data types is divided into some groups. In the groups comes under the number group. We can say integer group, I would say number group. In the number group we have the int, and first one is byte, and second one is the short, and third one is the inter, fourth one is the long. So these data types are comes under the number category. Okay, and we have the second another category, that is the decimal category. In the decimal category we have the float, and we have the double. Okay, these two are comes under the decimal category. And we have the category. In the character category we have the char. So char, which is used to store the single character only, used to which is used to store the single character only. Store the single character only. Single character only. For example, if I mention char anything, for example age or anything, if I mention a equal to single quotation, you need to mention single quotation, and it can store only single character only. Okay, this is comes under the character group. Next we have the group that is the boolean. Exactly. So boolean, it will return either true or false. True or false. Okay, these are the four categories will comes under the primitive data types: number, decimal, char, and boolean. Char and boolean. Okay, and for example, here in this case you should remember one more point. For example, they why they are again they are categorized into four, meaning based on the size they has categorized. Okay, based on the size. So the size, if you can assume with, this is like similar to if you purchase half liter bottle. So the size, based on the size they has categorized: half liter, 1 liter, 1.5 liter, and long 2 liters, like that you can assume, or you can assume. Okay, based on the size they has categorized. Apart from that, everything is same. Okay, now here one important question is default values. So for example, if I would like to mention byte a equal to, if I mention like 100, then I would say a is the variable which is holding the value 100. So when I'm calling that time, it will print 100 only. Sometimes if I haven't initialized this one, then what will happen internally? JVM will provide default values. Will provide default values. What are the default values for the number? It will provide 0. Okay, if you not assign any number, if you like byte, if you take short, int, long, if you not taken, if you not initialize number, if you not initialize these I would say variables, then internally JVM will provide default value which is 0. So this is also important. In the interview perspective, they will ask what is the default value for the byte, default value for the short, default value for the int long. Okay, they will ask. Next question, they will ask what is the default value for the float and what is the default value for the double also. The default value for the float and double also the same thing. For example, 0 comma 0 f equal to some example. If I declare only, then the JVM will provide the default values. JVM will provide default value 0.0f. Okay, 0.0f. And similarly double also, if not if you not initialize, then JVM will provide default value 0.0d. Okay, so this is all about primitive data types. So I will show you through the PDF as well, then you will get some awareness of it. Can you please all of you read this line? Variables are used to store the data during the program execution, right? And next line, we need to specify the type of variables to store the data. Okay, next line, to specify the type of data we will use the data type. Okay, next line, to declare the variable in Java we can use following syntax, right? Data type and variable name. Next, data types. Data types, what is the first line? Data types are used to specify the type of the data. And the next thing, data types are divided into two categories. What are the two categories? Primitive data types, non-primitive data types. Again, non-primitive data types is categorized into four groups. Okay, number type, decimal type, character type, boolean type. Under the number type, what are the data types you have? Byte, short, int, long. Under the decimal type, float, double. Under the character type, you have the char. Under the boolean type, we have the boolean data type. Boolean data type. Okay. So why the reference data types are coming to the picture? I will show you. You can assume here. Now my requirement is int a equal to 10, right? So my requirement is I need to store the multiple values on the same variable. I mention a equal to 10 comma 20. If I write like this is valid or invalid? Invalid. Why? Because why? This is the primitive data types. Primitive data types can hold only one value. Are you guys clear with my point? If you are trying to store the multiple values, then it is not supported to the multiple values. That's why non-primitive data types are coming to the picture. Non-primitive data types are coming to the picture, also called as reference data type. Referenced data types. Okay, these reference data types can hold the multiple values. What are the example for the reference data types? The first one is the arrays. So arrays can hold the multiple values, right? In the same way, strings also can hold the multiple values. And next, third one is the class also can hold the multiple values. And the next we have the collection also can hold the multiple values. Okay, so that's why the we are unable to store the by using primitive data types multiple values. So due to the reason, we have the reference data types. Here you can store the multiple values. Here we can store the multiple values, right? So here we will be having the sizes. So if you see here, if you see in the integer group, includes byte, short, int, long, and the size. If you see the size, which is the size of 1 byte, meaning 8 bits. The data, the range, you should take the number in between -128 to 127. Are you guys clear with my point? Whenever you mention the byte as a data type, you should take the value in between minus 128 to 127. If you take 130, then the compiler will throw the error. Why? Because the range is between 128 to 127 only. Next, short. Short meaning it will increase the size, meaning 16 bits and 32 minus 32k to 32 plus 32k. We need to take the number in between this range only. So instead of take any other number, it will throw the error. Okay. Next thing is inter. Integer meaning that it might be take 214 crores. I think this is the very big number. So in normal our programs, we will use these integer. Regularly we will use this one only. Okay. Next one is the long. Long. This is the very big number. Very big number. So we will use for big numbers long. So based on the range, we can categorize into four types: byte, short, int, long. Okay. Default values all for byte, short, int. Default values is the zero only. If you see, default value is the 0, default value is the 0, default value is the 0, and default value is the 0. Got it right? Next, here, this is the size of float and the size of int is the same. And the size of double and the size of long is the same. Okay? The size, the both size is the same. And the default value is the this one 0.00f. Okay? The default value is the 0.00. Okay, the size of here also can take the value, the size like this. They both are same, right? Next, character meaning it can hold a single character only. If you see the character data type which is used to show the single character, any single character, alphabet, digit, special character can store using the char data type. Char data type will occupy 2 bytes of memory. When we are storing the data into the char, the data type single quote is mandatory. Okay, so which is similar to 2 bytes. The range is between 0 to 65k. Okay, so this is here you should remember the general example of sizes. Okay, in the regular cases we will use int only. Some cases we will long. Okay, next thing is character data type. I would say boolean data types. So here which is here also we have the default value. If not provide anything, it will consider as a false only. It is used to store the either true or false values only. It will occupy 1 byte memory. 8 bytes is equal to 1 byte. Default value for the boolean is false. Okay, example boolean flag false. Clear about data types. Only the thing is the sizes. In the sizes, no need to remember the numbers. You just understand with some psychological example with some water bottle like that. So regularly we will use int and long only. Int and long only. No need to remember the sizes. Just you should aware of the sizes. These two are big to compared to byte and short. These two are big. Okay. And regularly we will use int. Some cases we will use long also. Next thing is float, double. Hmm. So one program I will write, supposed based on the these all combination of these all I would say groups like byte, short, int, long. Based on these all groups, I will write one example. Then based on that I will give assignment for you also. For example, I will take one file demo, and then you can take demo.java. So here we have an example. So here I am deleting this one. So first one we'll try to write with short. Okay, short is the data type. Short a equal to, I am mentioning in between 128 to 127, right? So I am mentioning 120. Byte 120, and I need to call. How can I call? we need to mention system dot out dot println value of a, and similarly I can write remaining as well, like short which is belong to, I would say, I will mention b equal to I would say 200. Okay, which is also I can mention system dot out dot println. Okay, here I will mention value of b. So here I'm doing the concatenation. So as of now, no need to so every word has their own story. Okay, as of now, just write the program, just and coming days we'll get the clarity. This is the main method, and this is the main method return type, and this is the static, and we have the instance. So that is the different one. This is the x specifiers. Okay, as of now, we just try to remember the statement, and we just try to end of the sessions we will get the conclusion on all the statements, right? P. Next thing is I would say inter c equal to, I am mentioning some 500. Okay, so the same statement system dot out dot println the value of c. I'm doing the concatenation, and then in the same way double also you can take, long also can take, long d equal to some 700. Okay, and then you can mention system dot out dot println, system dot out dot println the value of t, and then we can do the concatenation. Okay, next in the same way double also, double and float also, double e equal to I am taking 65,000. Okay, the same value can try to print, right? System dot out dot println value of e. So in the same way remaining also float and char everything. Okay, so main method, and then I am coming to here, and where the file is available, simply go there, open command prompt, and then java c, and then demo.java. So what will happen? So the compiler come into the picture, and it will compile, and then it will generate the bytecode. Okay, now we need to compile the file. We need to execute the file, java demo, right? So the value of a, the value of b, the value of c, the value of d, the value of e. So this is the thing. Are you guys clear with my point? So in this way you can do remaining all of whatever the we have. You can do all of the data types. You can do all of the data types. You can do the assignment with all data types: byte, short, int, long, float, double, char, and boolean. Okay. Next we have the topic that is the identifiers. Basically, in all Java program components require names. Names used for classes, methods, interfaces, variables are called identifiers. Identifiers. Okay, identifier must follow the some rules. Here are the rules. So what are the rules? Rule number one: the allowed characters in the identifiers. So in the alphabetical order, you can use A to Z. You can use lowercase also. You can use lowercase. Okay, that is also valid. You can use uppercase also. That is also fine. You can use numbers also. You can use special character only allowed at the rate dollar symbol only. Huh? Instead of this, if you mention anything, that is invalid. Okay, only this one only. I would say allowed, and you can use underscore only. These are the only we need to use while giving the any naming conventions for the classes, for the methods, for the interfaces, for the variables. These are the only the characters we should use. Okay, alphabetical order, numbers 0 to 9, only the special character and underscore underscore. Okay, so if you see the combinations, we can write like this, that is also valid. If you write like this, name at the rate is not allowed, then that is the invalid. Okay, instead of dollar, if you use any special character, that is not allowed. Age hash is also invalid. So this is valid. This is valid. Okay, second one is identifier should not start with digit. Digit meaning should not start with number. If I write like this, no, this is invalid. You can write first some words, and then after you can write the number, that is valid. This combination is valid. This combination is valid. This combination is also valid. Underscore, you can use underscore any spaces we have in between two words. You can use the underscore. Underscore. Last time what will happen, huh? So that aim guy, one guy will be there. So he is doing the aim. So at the time of variable declaration, he is giving the like this variable name like this. Like I guess that is the first name. I guess first name. He mentioned the naming convention like this. So he is mentioning naming convention like this. It is not reading the data, and overall what will happen? So the data is not reflecting on the page, not reflecting on the page. So this symbol is also not at all. We will not use the symbol also. We will need to use underscore only. We need to use underscore only. Okay, if you mention minus also, it will not work. So Java is the case is to you need to follow the standards only. Okay, next I would say you can write like this also valid. This is invalid, this is valid, and this is valid. This is valid. Okay, next rule number three. Rule number three, Java I would say reserved keywords cannot be used as a identifier. We have total 53 words, right? So we cannot use those already have their own meaning. Okay, at the time of naming the naming conventions, so instead of 53, you can use any name, but don't use these 53 words. Okay, if you see here, byte already predefined word actually. So no need to give byte as variable name. Okay, invalid because byte is the reserved word. For is also reserved word. Try is also reserved word. So long phone number. So you can mention like this only. Spaces are not allowed. So if you write like this, that is also invalid. Okay, instead of giving the spaces, we need to use the underscore. We need to use the underscore. Next one is the identifiers. Identifiers are the case sensitive. So if you see here, this will be considered as a variable and this will be considered as a class name. So that's why Java is the case sensitive. Every word has their own meaning. Every word has their own meaning. So we need to follow the structure while writing while writing while giving the naming conventions. Okay. So I guess this is all about today. You guys, what you guys will do today? So write a program on data types. There you can print all the literals. Like you can take the same program. You can write all the combination of remaining data types as well. Char, you can use char, boolean. So remaining data types you can use, and you can write the program, and then take the screenshot of it. You can share in the group with your name. Okay. So that's it today. We'll continue in the next session.